where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And I want to start this video off by saying I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrated Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to everybody who celebrated Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa to everybody who celebrated Kwanzaa. And I hope everybody has a happy new year, and I hope 2024 is a great year. I mean, as a Transformer fan, 2024 is already shaping up to be a great year, but for everybody in general, I hope you have a wonderful 2024. And I hope you had a good 2023 as well. Today we are reviewing the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Dreadwing. And this one came as no surprise. I mean, as soon as they announced Skyquake, we knew that there was going to be a Dreadwing coming too, because I mean, Hasbro wasn't going to do one without the other. And I still am holding out hope that we get a nice modern update to the G1 Skyquake as well, since the mold is already a pretty awesome update anyway. I mean, yes, we G1ized Prime Universe Skyquake, but let's do a modern update to the G1 Universe Skyquake, shall we? At least I hope so. Anyway, here is Dreadwing in the packaging. You've got some awesome artwork with his cannon just firing off right there. It looks very, very cool. You also, up here, have him in his jet mode, which is really cool as well. On this side of the box, you've got a close-up and jet mode shot of Dreadwing. On this side of the box, you've got that Legacy Evolution banner artwork. On the back, you've got some product shots of Dreadwing in his robot mode, his jet mode, the evolution weapon feature of his sword being stored in his heavy cannon, which happens to be an Energon sword this time, much like it was with Skyquake, whereas in the Prime Universe, it was just a regular sword. But I really like the Energon sword look more personally, so I'm cool with it. Also, this isn't, you know, the Prime Universe version representation of Dreadwing. This is the Prime Universe Dreadwing G1ized. So, there you go. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the packaging. And here is Dreadwing out of the packaging, and he turned out so fantastic. I genuinely do not know which of the two of these I prefer, because both of them look so great. And the color schemes were always cool on both of these, which is why even though Skyquake was very short-lived in the Prime series, I was very happy when they introduced his twin brother Dreadwing, because this design was just too cool. It felt a little wasted when they introduced him and killed him off so quickly. I mean, yeah, we got Zombie Skyquake after that, which was still cool, but even that was pretty short-lived. I think we only saw Zombie Skyquake like maybe 2 times? Or was it just the one episode? It was at least one episode. So Skyquake was for sure in 2 episodes minimum of Transformers Prime overall, which, like I said, that's pretty incredibly short, especially for a character and character design as cool as theirs. So it was really nice in Season 2 when Dreadwing stuck around for a bit. Just like with the Skyquake figure, the Dreadwing figure is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. The neck joint can slide forward and back depending on the position you want it on the torso, and also due to transformation, so it can fit inside this little compartment here very well, so it lines up and other things fit together. You can move his pauldrons around on these double hinge joints and this ball joint right here, just like you could with Skyquake. Shoulders are fully articulated. Ratchet on that shoulder joint right there. Upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, and wrists go in and out due to transformation. Let's get those back on there. There we go. Waist, hips, not as sharp as a ratchet sound on this one, but it does still have a ratchet. You can't hear it as well, but you can definitely feel it. Upper thigh, single jointed knee right here, and then a other lower knee joint right here, so actually it's double jointed knees. Side to side on the ankles, that is kind of one of my complaints about this mold though, is the ankle articulation isn't as good as a lot of the other Legacy figures, but it is still there. It's not much, but it is still there. The heel also articulates, which is this thruster right here, and the foot also articulates. Now, the foot is mostly due to transformation. The heel actually is meant to be robot mode articulation to help balance the figure, but the foot is more for transformation than it is for, you know, anything else. And also for comparison, here is the new Legacy Evolution G1ized Prime Universe Dreadwing next to the Prime Universe Dreadwing, which my shoulder pauldron is missing. It wasn't missing when I was bringing him into the office today, so I guess I gotta find my shoulder pauldron now because that's gonna bug me if I don't. But anyway, here they are side by side. Just do your best to pretend that he's got both, so the comparison really sinks in, you know. And I really like how the reds break up the blue and the gold on this one, and I wish they did the reds on this one. Now, I don't remember him having more red, like clear bits in the show. I guess I'll have to look back at that. But regardless, I love the color scheme of this, and the clear red bits are so cool. I also really love how we got the Decepticon Air Force logo there on his chest, not just a regular Decepticon symbol. And I also love that we got a Decepticon symbol here, because the original design, he did not have it over here because this was his cockpit, and this is obviously not his cockpit, right? But he did, however, have them on the back of his wings, and the new Dreadwing still does too. They're on, I just realized, they're on the wing tips here, and they're a little bit smaller. It would have been nice if they were a little bit larger like on this one, but I do still really like that they're there. And here is Dreadwing's cannon, and it looks so good. They absolutely nailed it. And I love how they cast it in clear red plastic. You can kind of see that red showing through the gunmetal gray paint that they went over this. Looks like they probably went over it with maybe like one coat of gunmetal gray. And what it ended up doing was giving it this cool, like, heated effect under the paint, to where it just looks like he's just been firing his cannon for a very long time, and it's just gotten really hot. I don't know if the camera's picking up how thin the paint is, but normally I wouldn't like thin paint on a piece where it's just showing through, but it kind of works for this piece right here. And when you're painting figures or miniatures, sometimes little boo-boos like that when you're painting end up serving the piece really well, or at least better than what you initially planned, or better than you thought it was going to be when you thought you messed it up. So there is that. Just like with the Skyquake one, you do have the articulated handle here that comes up, and of course you have his little Energon sword that stores underneath, so you just get that, fold that out. There is his sword. For comparison, here it is next to the one that the regular Dreadwing came with, which I think is just like the one that Skyquake came with from the Prime toy line specifically. Obviously, this is just like the one that the other Skyquake came with, except this one was in that clear plastic, almost orange color, which also looked really cool. So there's those side by side. And then, of course, here is Dreadwing's and Skyquake's cannons side by side. Very similar, except the barrel, of course, is more of a rotary cannon on Skyquake's, where Dreadwing's is more of just a big, heavy laser cannon, which both were very cool. But I like that they got different cannons. That was also really cool. And last but not least, here is his new cannon versus the old cannon. And as you can see, this is significantly better, especially for the Prime Universe figure, if I decided to put this with it, for that figure versus the old Mech Tech cannon that we got back in the day. Mech Tech was an interesting gimmick that Hasbro was trying back then, but man, did I wish we got the regular, more screen-accurate weapons too, in addition to this fun gimmicky stuff. Because the fun gimmicky stuff was neat. Even having it to where these lit up, that was also cool. But I prefer screen-accurate weapons over this any day. Transformation is just like with Skyquake. What we're going to do is we're going to start by moving these little shoulder pads out of the way here. And then we're going to come over here to the arms. We're going to collapse those double elbow joints down as far as we can get them. Fold in the hands and then just straighten the arms out to the side and get that ratchet joint as far down as you can so his arms are straight at his sides like so. Next, we're going to pull down on this waist section. Make sure that you get it all the way down as far as you can get it. It'll untab from this little torso section right here in the middle. And then we're going to untab this back section. Go ahead and flip these little bits. Oop, knocked a fin off. Go ahead and put that back on. There we go. All the way around, like so. And then we're going to unfold all of this out of his mid-torso section. Fold that head inside. You're going to have to open that cockpit so you can extend that nose cone fully. Just push the landing gear back in and then just close the cockpit right there like so. Next, we're going to kind of turn this waist over to the side so that we have better clearance for these little wing sections right here. And then we can turn that waist facing forward back again like we had it previously. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to the inside and we're going to bring in these arms like so and bring them down like so, and those are going to tab together right in the middle like this. Bring that down like so. Come around over here to the back, close these midsections together, spread those wings out just a little bit, and then just tab all of that in the middle together like so. Come over here to these little side bits, rotate this up and then collapse it down. Do the same over here, rotate it up, collapse it down. It'll plug into the side, securing that section together. And then all that's left to do is the legs. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate this hip all the way up, rotate it under, so this little panel right here is at the bottom of the hip, and then we're going to close this foot, untab this section from the back of the leg, rotate it, bring it all the way up and tab it in like so, and then bring this leg all the way back, folding the thigh into the back of the calf there. And then there is a tab on the underside of the wing here that's going to tab into this side of the thigh here. We're just going to straighten that out, tab those two bits together. And the reason I did that first before doing the other leg is because it helps get the other leg in position better, and it also helps secure the waist so it's not wiggling on you while you're trying to get both legs into place. So bring that other forward, rotate that thigh, untab that, bring that around, tab it into place, close that foot, fold that in, bring that wing down and tab it into place. The legs are now secure. Adjust your fins, your wings, all that good stuff to where you like it. But there is Dreadwing in his jet mode. And once again, his jet mode, just like Skyquake's, looks absolutely fantastic. And for comparison, here is Dreadwing next to his brother Skyquake so you can see them side by side. They look so awesome side by side. And like I said, I really want a true G1 Skyquake or modern G1 Skyquake. I don't care if they reuse this mold. I know the mold isn't perfectly G1 accurate, but it's close enough, and seeing this in the G1 colors, Hasbro, that would be super, super cool, at least in my opinion. Let me know if you guys would like to see another release of this mold, and what's the color scheme you want to see it in. Is it the G1 Skyquake colors, or would you like to see them experiment with a different color scheme? Maybe they do Megaplex from Machine Wars, like they did with the BotCon exclusive using the old Skyquake and Dreadwing mold from the Prime Universe toy line, the very one I had over here to the side. I think that would be very cool too. But let me know in the comments what you would like to see in the future. And also, of course, we've got to compare it to the original Dreadwing and see how very different their jet modes are. And in my opinion, the differences are a bit more significant between Dreadwing and Dreadwing versus Skyquake and Skyquake, mostly due to color scheme, because of how different the color scheme is on this one, having more reds than this one did. Now, other than that, the mold differences are still very, very cool, and I once again love how beefy this jet mold is, as well as how beefy this one was. But of course, this one's significantly larger than this one right here, although both, in my opinion, were really cool designs. But as nice as these new G1I's Prime Universe Seekers were, and these guys were considered Seekers in the Prime Universe at least, I still want an update to this version of Dreadwing, along with pretty much every other Prime Universe fan out there. We still need some good updates or re-releases for some of these figures that were not quite right when they came out, or not very durable when they came out, because Dreadwing and Skyquake were notorious for breaking for many collectors. I believe I mentioned this in the Skyquake review. And luckily, both of mine made out mostly okay. I mean, they got a couple of breaks and nicks, and now my shoulder pauldron is missing for this one for some reason, so hopefully I'll find it. It's probably just sitting on the floor at home when I was putting him in my bag to take him to work this morning, so, you know, fingers crossed that's where it is. And even still, as much as I love this figure, this is probably my favorite current Dreadwing, just because I love this legacy mold so much. I like how they incorporated both the G1 Skyquake jet design and Prime Universe jet design so well and made it look so cool. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review featuring the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Leader Class Dreadwing from the Prime Universe. Are you happy to finally have these two brothers united once again in this G1I style? Or are you still holding out and hoping that at some point we get a proper modern update to the original Dreadwing and Skyquake from Transformers Prime? Let me know in the comments down below. And as far as mainline Legacy Evolution goes, that's it, guys. I mean, we didn't review every core class because I didn't feel as though it was necessary. And so far, we haven't done Medics yet. But Medics was the Walgreens exclusive. So as far as mainline mass retail regular release goes, I'm pretty sure Dreadwing was the last one to go. So here at the end of the year, we made it. We made it. But stay tuned. We will be reviewing Medics at some point in the near future, as well as Antagony, the Generation Selects. But that one may be on CoolToyReview.com. So stay tuned and be on the lookout, because when I post about it, it'll either be posted here on Bay 12, but I'm thinking it's more likely going to be a Cool Toy Review video. So stay tuned for that. And speaking of Cool Toy Review, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on social media here on Bay 12, and also like and subscribe and follow Cool Toy Review on social media as well. And check CoolToyReview.com daily for all kinds of awesome daily toy news, reviews, and more. If you like all Star Wars content, check out rebelscum.com, the world's oldest and official Star Wars fan website, not owned by Disney. In its almost 30-year-long history, rebelscum.com is putting on the first ever Rebel Scum Con next summer, June 27th through the 30th in the heart of North Texas in the Allen Convention Center. Make sure you go to Rebel Scum Conventions with an S. Once again, that's rebelscumconventions.com to book your experience today. If you're looking for cool toys and collectibles, come by our physical location inside Order 66 Multiverse in the shops at Willowbend Mall in Plano, Texas, which also houses Order 66 Toys, the world's official all-collectible Star Wars toy store. And in case you're not local, they go live every single Friday night on the Order 66 Toys Facebook page at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and they ship all around the world. Last but not least, check out collectorsoracle.com, our free archival website. It has mostly Star Wars collectibles on there for now, but there will be more coming in the future, and all of the tools and services available to you through collectorsoracle.com are 100% free for the user. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out, and have a happy new year, everybody.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.